Sparking Dog here. I am going to remove the swing arm today on a 1983 Honda V65 Magna. This is pretty characteristic of a lot of the mid-80s Hondas and other models too. Quite a few years are pretty similar to this. I got into one of these bikes. I don't remember if it was a GSXR or what it was, but I had to have a special tool for removing a big Allen wrench. And what this is you can put a smaller socket, like that's a big hex head, but you can put a smaller socket on this end to get into that big hex head. And even if you had a Allen wrench in that size, it's only going to be 6 or 8 inches long, and you're not going to get the leverage you really need. Pretty handy little tool. I don't know how much it was, 15, 20 bucks, something like that. But it's come in pretty handy on other stuff. So on the left side, pretty straightforward. You might have some chrome caps or something over top of these. Be using some air power today. If you don't have air power to do this, I'm sure you could use a breaker bar and a cheater pipe, whatever you need to do. That side's pretty straightforward. The other side has a lock ring on it. And the lock ring is one of those darn castle nuts that I love so much. Kind of messy out here. Got a lot of stuff going on. I realize my videos are pretty low budget with about no editing, but I don't monetize the things. I don't make any money on these. I just try to do them to help out. I've gleaned a lot of info off of YouTube over the years. Heck, you go to work on a car and type in what you're doing, and most of the time you can see whether you want to tackle it today or tomorrow or take the frickin' thing to a mechanic. I don't have a spanner socket this size to fit this lock ring in here. I got quite a few of them. Boy, I've bought a lot of those over the years, but don't seem to have this one. Cold chisel and an engineer's hammer usually knocks these loose. Take my magnetic pan down before that spills. Put a little PB blaster on it. I put a little, I don't have any good stuff. I'm out of Croyle. Put a little Marvel Mystery Oil on it last night, let it soak. It's a pretty tight one. What a mess. Actually, it's about twice as good as it was a day ago. Just got in a doter bike for a project I'm working on, which would be my very first bike, a 68 Kawasaki I'm restoring. Not one like it, but the real one, the actual bike I grew up on. Burn that PV blaster out of there. That's gonna it is gonna stink. Hate the smell of PV blaster. Use the pinpoint torch and some matte gas. Matte gas burns quite a bit hotter than propane. See if maybe a little bit of heat does it. This bike's in pretty rough condition. Got some definite weathering on it. Yeah, it smells great. Let that sit for just a second. I might have another chisel that would fit in there a little better. Let's see here. Ooh, that stinks. Got my exhaust fan running. It's really, really cool to have an exhaust fan in the workshop. Turn the air pressure up a little bit here, and grab a breaker bar. That's I think it's around 700 foot-pounds on that Craftsman half-inch. It's got pretty good breakout, but we got a 2-foot or so snap-on pry bar, or not pry bar, breaker bar. I can actually get more breakout with that breaker bar than that impact. Well, a little flake of something broke off. Not sure where it came from. Terribly hot. Well, I don't know where that came from. It must have come from inside there somewhere. Thought maybe it was my special tool, which I'm sure this thing is not impact rated. There's some more of it. I'm sure you're not really supposed to use that tool for that, but I do a lot of things I'm not supposed to do. It's a little bit warm, so there's the plug. She came out of there. Not plug, I guess that's called a boss, actually. And a couple little pieces of, oh, maybe that's plastic. Oh, that's from the snap-in chrome little plastic cover. That's what that is. That's not even metal. That's just plastic. Okay. So there's what the other end looks like. And that lock ring was rusted on the boss pin so tight that it didn't want to budge, and well, in the end it didn't need to. We got her out. But heck yeah, that breaker bar will actually get more breakout force, especially if a guy uses his foot. I may have used a cheater bar on that once or twice, but not very often. I can get a lot of leverage with the breaker bar. Yeah, that's exactly where those little pieces came from. There's the chrome cap I took out last night. So no damage done, didn't hurt any tools or anything, which I hate breaking special tools, but you know, another thing, for 15 bucks for that special tool, if I do break the thing, it's 15 bucks or whatever I paid for it. It wasn't terribly expensive, and to me that's better than messing around with this thing for 2 hours trying to do something that never gets it out. So there's the swing arm. The drive shaft came out real easy. Some of the gold wings are a son of a gun to get out of there. With the, oh, if you've ever done one, you'll know what I'm talking about with the snap ring that you can't see. Not much fun getting the gold wings from this area out of there, but the V65, heck, the drive shaft just slipped right out of there once the hub was off. Got it sitting right here, popped right out, no problem. So pretty straightforward job. Beauty about this thing is you don't have to buy a huge set of, or you know, I don't even know if you could get a set that big of Allens. Boy, they'd be expensive if you could. That'll take the place of 4 big expensive Allen wrenches, so heck, that's worth the 15 bucks right there, what we just did. In my opinion, it sure is. And there's really nothing else that'll fit in one of those. You gotta have the hex head. Anything else, you try to stick in that head, you run the chance of boogering the head all up, and boy, good luck getting it out then. You're gonna have to blow it out of there with a cutting torch, which is gonna tear up a whole bunch of stuff, but not a big deal. We got the swing arm off. That multi-size Allen head piece will fit quite a few different models, quite a few different years. Nice little piece to have. So I hope that helps somebody out. Thanks for looking.